If you're someone who loses control, if you go out on the weekends and every weekend you have 2 beers on Friday and Saturday night when you go out with friends, and that's consistent and that's what you do, I would not say you have alcohol use disorder. Um, you might be in that habit. You might be accustomed to it. Your brain thinks Friday night, where's my beer? You have some things that are starting to pull you into that being like a consistent part of your day to, your week to week. But you haven't lost control. After you have two, you're good with switching over to a soda, water, and you don't have any issue with that. And it doesn't get more. You also aren't adding days. It's stopping in Friday and Saturday nights. You're not doing that before on Sunday evening before work the next day, for example. So that's not a disorder. If you're going out on Friday and Saturday nights and now sometimes on Sunday, and after you've had three or four, you're still having a hard time stopping, and you get home and either your significant other or somebody you care about or a friend that you were with says, "Oh, that was a lot last night. I don't know if you remember, but this and this happened." If you're drinking to the point where either you're losing memory, you're blacking out, or you're drinking to the point where people have said something to you, they're worried about you, or it's at the point where you realize that once I get to two, I just don't stop. I'll go to five, six, seven pretty quickly. That's a disorder. And that's where help can be helpful, because this is a progressive disease, just like cancer. There's stage one, stage two, stage three, stage four, really. That's the way we think about it at NorthStar. And stage one are those people. Stage one are the people who are just starting to lose control now when they go out on the weekends. So that same person has to go to a business dinner on a Thursday, and they get to that business dinner and they have that second beverage. Sometimes it just goes a little bit further and they end up having the third, and it's not really a good business dinner. And then another event happens on a Tuesday and now they're having some then. And so it starts to spread into the week. And what we saw through COVID, for example, I mean, my goodness, moms with children under the age of 5, that group was hit so hard through COVID because they were working from home, managing a 2-year-old. I mean, they were just so stressed. They had a 300% increase in the incidence of alcohol use disorder in that population. No wonder, right? But what was happening is they got that box of wine, and the box of wine sitting in the fridge, and it's really easy and really available. And one glass of wine at night turns into two pretty quickly, and two turns into three, and so on and so on. And generally, what happens is in the evenings again, people end up pretty dependent and start day after day consuming on a daily basis, and it starts to notch up.